أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله، ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. طب القلوب ودوائها ونور أبصارها، وعلى أهل بيته الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد. آمنا بالله، صدق الله العلي العظيم. أفلا من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. Once again, we thank Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us with another wonderful opportunity to remember our beloved Imam, Imam al-Jawad, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Our felicitation first and foremost go to our beloved Imam of time, Sahib al-Asr wa zaman, arwahuna lahu al-fida. And secondly to our great scholars and maraji, and thirdly to all the entire lovers and followers of Ahl al-Bayt across the globe. Tonight, inshallah, as you know, it is the birth of our ninth Imam, and the topic we're going to discuss, we're going to look at the social etiquette from the life of our beloved Imam, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. And before we begin, just very briefly, as usual, get to know the biography of our beloved Imam, alayhi salatu wassalam. Imam, without a shadow of doubt, is the first Imam who became Imam at a very young age. And if you recall very well, on the night we celebrated the birth anniversary of our 10th Imam, we said that our 10th Imam is the second Imam who became Imam at the young age. So the first one who became Imam at young age, it was Imam al-Jawad alayhi salatu wassalam. Imam al-Jawad alayhi salatu wassalam, without a shadow of doubt, we all know his mother is from Nubia. And of course, she's not the only mother of Ahl al-Bayt who's from Nubia. And when you look at the wife of Rasulullah, Maria al-Qibtiyah, who gave Prophet one son, she's also from Kibt. Kibt is from that area of Egypt, and Nubia is around that area. So this lady came from that side, and of course, she ended up getting married to our beloved Imam because of the nur that Imam saw in her. I'm sure you know about it. Her name is Sabika or Rehana, according to certain riwayah. And we have two riwayat regarding the birth date of our beloved Imam. One riwayah said Imam was born in the holy month of Ramadan. And the other riwayah said Imam was born in the holy month of Rajab. And the most accepted one is the one in the month of Rajab. Hence, we are celebrating his birth anniversary today, inshallah, or tonight. Therefore, you realize that when Imam was born, Imam Ali ibn Musarriba, the moment he saw the sun, Imam uttered certain statements. One of the famous statements that Imam alayhi salatu wassalam uttered the moment Imam al-Jawad came to this world was that indeed we've not seen a child who is full of barakah like this son who is born today. And indeed you realize that when you study the life of Imam al-Jawad, you will find out that there are a lot of barakah associated to this particular Imam. Therefore, one of his common name and famous name is Bab al-Hawa'ij. Imam is the door of the needy ones. Whoever is in need of something, and you go and knock that door of Imam al-Jawad, whatever you want from Allah, it will be open to the barakat and the tawassul of Imam al-Jawad alayhi salatu wasalam. Why is it so? It's because Imam at young age, just briefly, he performed a lot of miracles. There was a person by the name Muhammad ibn Mu'min. Some said Muhammad ibn Maymun, according to some riwayah. He came to Imam al-Rida. When he came to Imam al-Rida, he had a problem with his eyesight. He could not see properly, so he came to Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. And by then, Imam al-Jawad was only 4 years. So when he came to Imam al-Rida, he came to ask for shafa. So he said, Ya Imam, I want you to make dua for Allah tabarak wa ta'ala to cure me so that I will overcome this challenge of eyesight. Imam al-Rida, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi, referred him to Imam al-Jawad. Then this person said, but Jawad is too young. What can Jawad do? Imam al-Rida said, if you wanted a cure for your problem, go to Jawad. So he went to Imam al-Jawad, and by then Imam al-Jawad was only 4 years. Imam al-Jawad made dua and he placed his hand on the eye of this person. All of a sudden the person got cured. Then Imam al-Rida told them, indeed when I said this child is a child of barakah, and we've not seen a child in this family who is of more barakah than this child. This is the of the barakah that I'm talking about. And the same thing on that length and breadth, you find somebody also by the name Muhammad ibn Sa'ad Kumi. He traveled from Iran to Medina to Munawwar. When he got to Medina, he had a mission. Somebody said he went to Mecca, performed his Umrah, and then he went to Medina. His mission was that he wanted to meet Imam al-Jawad. And the reason for meeting Imam al-Jawad was to at least take away either a piece of cloth from Imam al-Jawad or one of the clothes or abaya of Imam al-Jawad to take it back home to perform a lot of miracles in barakah. But when he came to Medina to visit Imam, he found many people sitting with Imam. So he could not tell Imam what he came for. This one would start and he would ask something. The other person would ask. This one would ask. Each and every person was asking different things from Imam. So he got shy and said, no, I'm not going to ask. Although I came with a mission, but the mission is not accomplished and I have to go back. So he left. As he was going, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, their knowledge is ilmul ladunni. Allah informed them and Allah teach them. Therefore, our Imams had no teacher. Their teacher is Allah and their teacher is Malaikatullah. Now, Imam got the message that this person came because of this reason. But the person left without fulfillment. As the person was going out of Medina, he passed by a market. Then he overheard someone calling his name and mentioning his name. Then when he turned, he saw the person. He walked towards the person and the person said, come. He came to the person and the person was holding a small bag. And then he asked him, take this bag. Imam al-Jawad said, I should give you this bag. He said, give me this bag. He got so excited. Then he opened the bag. When he opened the bag, he found the clothes of Imam al-Jawad alayhi salatu wasalam. And then of course he took it back home, and yeah, Allah performed a lot of miracles when it comes to that. But as I said, our discussion briefly tonight is to look at the lesson of social etiquette from the life of this great Imam. Because you realize that our lives is made up of different chambers and different dimensions. You've got spiritual, you've got other aspects, but the topmost aspect of our religion is social aspects. And this social relationship which we have, there are etiquette that has to surround it and control it. Without those etiquette, you will lose the reward of social interaction and you lose the essence of it. And Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, they are full of lessons when it comes to these things. I give an example. You realize that when Imam al-Rida was Imam beginning was in Medina, isn't it? Now Mahmud al-Abbas invited Imam and he called Imam. When Imam left, Imam al-Jawad did not go with his father. I want you to underline this thing. Then you realize Imam, upon all the difficulties and problems, he never forgot of people in his life. He never forgot of the people of the community. He never forgot about the plight of Muslim Ummah. Imam always tried as much as he could to reach out to people in the community. Now they took Imam al-Rida. So Imam al-Jawad, some riwayah said, when Imam al-Rida left Medina, Imam al-Jawad was only 4 years old. Only 4 years, very young boy. Some said Imam al-Jawad was 5 years, but most of the riwayahs said it was 4 years when Imam al-Rida left. And there is riwayah so that said he left when Imam al-Jawad was 6 years. But now Imam Rida was there. It was the only exchange of letters between him and his beloved father. Imam Rida will send him letter, and Imam al-Jawad would reply the letter. And you know that time, it's not like today. You would send someone caravans, and then you would give to another caravan. That was how they used to communicate with the beloved father who was in Khorasan. Now with this situation, and you know, until Imam Rida died, Imam al-Jawad did not see the face of the father. Imam Rida died in Khorasan, and was buried in Khorasan, and Jawad al-A'imma was there. So there were those who are of the view that Imam al-Jawad became Imam at the age of 7. And there are those who said he became Imam at the age of 9. Most of them, they said it's at the age of 9. So now Imam al-Jawad, when he became Imam, this is my point of departure. Imam faced a lot of difficulties. But as I said, you will see these difficulties I'm going to mention. Still, social etiquette, social life was the central point of the teaching of our beloved Imam alayhi salatu wasalam. That is why some scholars say there are some people when they come to make dua tawassul, when they reach Imam al-Jawad, they say, Ya wajihan indallah. Isn't there? There are people who organize small program in the name of Imam al-Jawad. There are people who said, Ya Jawadul A'imma adrikni, or the generals of the Imams, adrikni, come and rescue me. They said, the way you want to make dua through Imam, let the akhlaq lesson of Imam manifest in your lives. Now Imam had to face 4 or 5 difficulties. The first difficulties of Imam al-Jawad was that when he became Imam, the Shias of his father, they doubted him. They said, we've never seen Imam of this young age. It's too young, he cannot be Imam. This is too young for us to accept. So that challenge was there for Imam alayhi salatu wasalam. The second challenge was his own family member by the name of Abdullah ibn Musa, who claimed to be the Imam, not Imam al-Jawad. He said, I am the Imam. I have succeeded Imam al-Rida, not you. So that commotion was also there while Imam al-Jawad was in Medina. And the third challenge is that Waqifiyya, you know, today many people make mistakes like Waqifiyya and Agakhanis. They said Agakhanis, 7 Imam. The real ones are the Waqifiyya. Waqifiyya, they said no, we don't even accept Imam al-Rida. We stopped at Imam al-Qadim. Beyond Imam al-Qadim, there is nothing. Some said no, not even Imam al-Qasim. Imam al-Jafar had a son Ismail, we go to that son. So therefore the third challenge of Imam al-Jawad was Waqifiyya. Waqifiyya, they said, no, we don't, you are not Imam. Rida was not Imam, salamullah alayh. So Imam al-Jawad had to face that challenge of trying to teach people and inform them of this religion. And the fourth one, which was also a great challenge, was that the Abbasid made it so tight for Imam al-Jawad. Very young in Medina, Imam Rida died in Khurasan. Fatima Ma'asuma went out to meet Imam Rida, and she could not reach Khurasan, and she died also. And she was like a pillar of the family, like Zainab al-Hawra. Now Imam al-Jawad found himself along with his companions. So Abbasid, they tightened up a lot of things. But upon all that, riwayah taught us, Imam al-Jawad never forgot about people. He always taught his companions, taught his lovers, taught his followers about social etiquette and social relationship. And this lesson which I'm going to share with you, it is very, very important lesson because it coincides with what is happening today in our lives. You know, one companion by the name Bakr ibn Saleh came to Imam al-Jawad. You know when he came to Imam, he came with a question, and today we are faced with the same challenge. He said to Imam, I live with my father, and my father is Nasibi. Nasibi means the enemy of Ahlul Bayt. Today, isn't it, we say we have a lot of enemies. People organize jihad against Shia. People organize conferences to Abbas Shia. People organize conferences to strategize against Shia. Our response should not be like the way they did to us. Our response should be something else to expose them to the beauty of the message of Ahlul Bayt. If they say curse, don't say curse. If you say curse, you are dog. Don't say curse to them. What you need to do, you expose them to the beauty of the message of Ahlul Bayt. And this is the social lesson I want to share with you from the life of Imam al-Jawad. Bakr ibn Sadi came to Imam. He said, my father is an enemy to Ahlul Bayt. It's Nasibi. You know, when you go to Sunni world, we have different sections and different sects within it, like though we have within us. Now, one of them are Nasibi. Nasibi, they hate Ahlul Bayt. Not you followers of Ahlul Bayt alone. They don't like Ahlul Bayt. And they are very few, very, very few. Majority of the Sunnis in the world, they praise Ahlul Bayt. Although they don't perform Salah like the way Ahlul Bayt used to perform, but they praise. For instance, you've got one scholar of Sunni by the name of Abu Zahra. He wrote a very beautiful book on the personality of Imam Jafar Sadiq, which even you can compare it to what our scholars wrote of here. And there was a doctor by the name of Aisha bint Yasha in Masr, Egypt. She wrote two wonderful books. One about the life of Bibi Zainab and one about the life of Bibi Fatima. So therefore, majority of them, they don't hate Ahlul Bayt. So now when this Bakr came to Imam al-Jawad and he complained, Imam, I have a problem. And this is the problem I have in my house. What must I do to overcome that problem? This must serve as a lesson to all of us, myself and yourself. Because naturally, if I know this person, the enemy of Ahlul Bayt, why don't I curse him? Naturally, why don't I curse him? Where he passed, I don't want to pass. But Imam al-Jawad didn't do that. Imam al-Jawad taught him 4 lessons, and that is the only lesson I want to share with you tonight. He said, my father is Nasibi. Always he insulted Ahlul Bayt. Always he attacked Ahlul Bayt. He showed hatred to Ahlul Bayt. He even mentioned your name and he attacked you. Imam al-Jawad smiled. And Imam said, I'm going to teach you 4 lessons. If you take these lessons into consideration, your father will change and become our lover and our follower. And that is true. When Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi, Imam Ja'far said, لَوْ عَلِمُ النَّاسُ مَحَاسِنَ كَلَامِنَا لَاتَّبَعُونَا. If people will get to know the beauty of our message, they will follow us. Or they would have followed us. So now Imam taught him the first lesson. Imam said, Al-Mudarat khayrun min al-Muqashafa. That was the first lesson. The first lesson is that talking to him in a nice way. He was talking to Bakr, the son. Dealing with him in a humble way. Humbling yourself towards your father is better for you, Allah, in the eye of Allah than exposing the fault of your father. Imam said, you tell me alone, it's okay, don't tell anyone. You go and show good akhlaq and behavior to your father. Your akhlaq will strike into the mind of your father. And if it strikes into his mind, you will ask, indeed this child is a good child. And Imam gave him a lot of examples. You realize there were many people during the lifetime of our beloved Prophet. They went to Prophet with the aim of terrorizing prophets. Some went there and that was the aim, entered the mosque of Rasulullah, and their aim was to kill him before they leave. But the akhlaq of Prophet would suddenly change them. They would go out loving Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. We've seen many people who show enmity and hatred towards Amir al-Mu'minin. They would curse Imam Ali outside, but Imam would look at them with smiling face. And Imam would rather make dua for Allah to guide them. What happened? Some of them ended loving Amir al-Mu'minin, and they were ready to die for Amir al-Mu'minin better than those who were before at an earlier stage with Amir al-Mu'minin. So therefore the first lesson Imam al-Jawad taught him is that al-Mudarat. Be good person. Talk to your father in a nice way. Talk to him in a good way. You don't retaliate problem with problem. Don't say this person has done wrong, I want to pay him with wrong. That is shaitanic thinking. You pay good with wrong. And if you pay good with wrong, Allah will change. Therefore you realize, you find in the riwayah of Imam Zayn al-Abidin salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Imam Zayn al-Abidin said, whoever is good, there are 4 things that Allah will do for him in his life. The first thing is that Allah will increase his rizq. Your rizq will be more. The second thing, your lifespan will be extended. Allah will give you long life. And the third, Allah will make his lovers to love you. And fourth one, you will definitely enter the paradise of Allah. Therefore, we are told sometimes, if you do not have money, say you struggle in your house, if you have a good akhlaq, that good akhlaq is enough to make you rich. And they say sometimes you may have a good money, but if you have a bad akhlaq, that bad akhlaq will make you like the poorest person. Because the people of God will always stay away from you. Therefore, the first lesson of our beloved Imam is that interact with the person, talk with the person. Don't say because he's attacking Ahlul Bayt, I'm also going to attack him. Number 2 lesson which Imam taught is Bakr ibn Salih about social life. Imam taught him, oh Bakr ibn Salih, you will think that your father is wrong, but maybe your approach to your father is wrong. That is what is taking your father away from you. Imam said, oh Bakr ibn Salih, change your approach. If you change your approach, you will win the heart of your father. Then he told him, Ma'al usri yusra. With every difficulties, there is easiness. You go easy with your dad. Then when we find our Sif Imam, he outlined for us the social etiquette based on this riwayah, which was confirmed also by Imam al-Jawad. He said, number 1, wherever you are, whether Muslim, non-Muslim you meet, whoever you meet, just portray good akhlaq. Don't ever change your akhlaq. Wherever you are, just portray good akhlaq. Don't be choosy in your akhlaq. If you are choosy in your akhlaq, you are in trouble. And then number 2, Imam said, wherever you are and whoever you meet, respect that person. Don't be choosy in who you respect, who you don't respect. Respect every person that you come across. Because like I not mentioned, if people will get to know how Allah created a human being, nobody will accuse any other person. You need to know people, you need to know each other. And whoever you meet, respect that person. One riwayah said, if you meet someone younger than you, consider the person to be your son. And if you meet someone who is like a little bit like to the age of your brother, consider him your brother. And if you meet someone who is older than you, consider him like your father. They said Islam says if you consider a person your son, what do? You sympathize with that person. And if you consider a person like your brother, what do? You do silay rahim. And if you consider a person like your father, what do? You make birrul walidain. So whoever you meet on your life, consider either your father or your son or your brother. Therefore, the second suggestion or the teaching of Imam is that Imam said, with other difficulties, easiness comes. So you take it easy. Now you are with your father. He is attacking Ahlul Bayt. He is insulting Ahlul Bayt. Take it easy. Show him good akhlaq. Show him good behavior. He will change, inshallah. And the third lesson Imam al-Jawad taught him is that فَاصْبِرْ إِنَّ لَعَاقِبَةَ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Imam said, have patience. Why are you agitated? Take it easy. Because be rest assured the end belongs to the pious ones. You are a pious one. So why are you agitated? Take it easy. Your father will come to party. And the fourth lesson which Imam al-Jawad taught this Bakr ibn Salih, he told Bakr at the end, oh Bakr, what is more important for you in this difficult time is that try to remain steadfast in our wilayah. So rather than us cursing them back, writing to attack them, let's expose them to the beauty of the message and let's learn the message. Attacking them back doesn't solve any problem. Retaliating the way they are doing to us doesn't solve any problem. The best way to solve the problem is to take this lesson of Imam to interact with them. Because we are told in philosophy, al-insana aduwwu ma jahil. Human beings are enemies of what they are ignorant of. Once the person is ignorant of something, you will see him becoming an enemy of that particular thing. When Imam al-Jawad taught Bakr these lessons, you know what he did? He went home and he started implementing those lessons in his life. He implemented for some time. The father called him. This is the wrong word. And the father said to him, I have been showing enmity to you for many times, and you never retaliated back. From the beginning you were so angry, and you were so emotional. But after some stage I've realized that you stopped. You rather serving me, respecting me, becoming obedient to me. What was the problem and what went wrong? Then he said, beginning I thought you are indeed our enemy. Then I went to consult my Imam al-Jawad. And these are the 4 lessons that Imam al-Jawad taught me. When I came back home, I started implementing that lesson. Hence you realize the change. The father said, take me to Imam al-Jawad. I want to become one of his lovers and followers. So therefore, sometimes you cannot change a person by the way you sit and talk. Tongue is something else. It's too sharp and it can do anything. But the body is not easy to do. Therefore, change people with your akhlaq. Expose the world to the beauty of the message of Ahlul Bayt. Like for the Imam al-Jawad alone, wallahi, is enough to break the world and show the world indeed Ahlul Bayt are the true school of thought. Because a child of 7 years, a child of 4 years, he will teach the tafsir of Quran al-Karim. If we can take these lessons out there, then wallah, we will start silencing the enemies of Ahlul Bayt across the globe. Therefore, one riwayah from Mawlai Kainat said, if indeed our lovers and followers will try to follow our teachings, they will find their enemies loving them. Even when the enemies are about to die, they will ask for forgiveness from them. So therefore, brothers, we all have duties and sisters to do in terms of how we portray this message of Ahlul Bayt to the people of the world, especially in this difficult time when you have conferences upon conferences, WhatsApp messages, YouTube messages. This one says Shia this one says Shia that. And Shias are fast asleep, you are doing nothing. We don't do anything, we just discuss amongst ourselves and case closed, nobody do anything. We have a duty to expose the world to the true message of Ahlul Bayt and to let the world understand that indeed there is no better message than the message of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam. We ask Allah tabarak wa ta'ala to increase their love in our heart, inshaAllah. We ask subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the shafa of Ahlul Bayt in this world and hereafter, inshaAllah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal, all those who are trying as much as they can with whatever they have to show enmity towards this great school of thought, may Allah guide them and show them what they are doing is wrong, inshallah. And may Allah give us that sabr and courage to understand that they are doing it out of ignorance. When they get to understand, they will not attack us. They would rather become friends and brothers to us, inshaAllah. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi.